Good evening, everyone. In the previous class, what did we learn? We have learned how to store the data which we are entering to our website, the local storage. Right. So in this class, what are we going to learn? We will learn the same data which we are entering to our website. Instead of storing it in the local storage, we are going to store it inside our backend database. Right. So for that purpose, what do we have to do? The very first thing that, okay, is the screen visible? It should be visible, right? It's visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So one thing that we have to do is, the first thing that we will do over here, we will remove this 3 lines. All right. And in the previous class, or the class before the previous class, I have told you people to install the Axios as well, right? So why do we use the Axios? We use Axios in order to integrate our front end with our backend, right? So I have already installed the Axios. And in order to use the Axios, I have to import it as well. So for that, I will write import Axios from Axios. And after that, inside the handle change function, here I am going to write, okay, see, not inside the handle change function, I will provide a try catch block inside the handle submit function. So here I will remove this entire thing, because here what we are doing, we are comparing whether the data which is present inside the local storage is equal to the data which is provided by the user in the website. So here I will delete this entire thing and I will begin a try catch. Inside the try block, what I will do, I will write await and I will use the Axios that I have just imported. And just tell me one thing. If I want to fetch the data, which HTTP method should I use in order to read the data?
Get.
Get method, right? So for that, I will write Axios.get. So followed by the await keyword, I will write Axios.get. And inside the get method, I have to provide um, the backend URL. All right. So here, since we are reading the data, we will write get. But in case of the register form, what we are actually doing? Are we reading the data or are we providing some data to the register form?
Providing data.
Providing the data, right? So for that, which method do we use? Which HTTP method?
Post.
So in place of get, we will write post. Okay. And since I have used the await keyword, this entire handle submit function has to be an asynchronous function. All right. It should be POST. And inside this inverted comma or the quotation, I will provide the backend URL. And my backend port number was 5000, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, backend port number was 5000 and the endpoint was register. So for that, what I will write, the URL, HTTP localhost 5000 followed by the API endpoint, that is register, right? And after that, as the second parameter, I am going to provide the form data. And this form data will contain the data which is provided by the user. And after the user provides the data to the front end, then the user will receive an alert box. So this alert box will say registered user successful. All right. And then when the user registers himself, then it will take the user to the login page. Which method am I actually using over here when I'm using the navigate method?
Use navigate.
Great. And why am I writing navigate instead of use navigate?
Because we have stored it in navigate variable.
Great. All right. So here it will navigate the user to the page which is having the endpoint login, which means the login page. And if any error occurs over there, then inside the console, it will show us the error. So for that, we will write console.error. And then it will show error registering the user. All right, followed by the actual error that is being caused over there. And then it will show the alert box inside which it will be written that registration failed. Try again. All right, this much thing will be done for the register functionality. All right, this is for the registration function. And now when it will take the user to the login page, the login page should also have some kind of functions, isn't it? So now what I will do, after the return method, I'm going to write one more function. Yeah, over here. So here, the name of the function is going to be login form. The way we had the registration form, same way we'll be having the login form. So over here, what I will do, let's just write it as const. Yeah, const registration form, and I will make this an arrow function. All right. That's it. So this is my registration form function, inside which I will create one more function, that is my login form. Understood till this much? This part is my registration form, and this function is over, that is the registration function. Now moving on to another function, that is const login form. And this one is also going to be an arrow function. Right? So the first function for the login form that I will write is the same thing, that is const handle change. Handle change. And this again is going to take the event object E as the parameter. And here I will provide the set. Okay, so before creating this function, I will use the what? I will use the use navigate, right? So here I will write const navigate is equal to use navigate. And after that, I will use the use state hook. So just tell me, what is the syntax for using the use state hook?
Const.
Okay. And then
Array brackets.
Okay.
Form data, that is variable, and set form data is function to set that.
Great.
And is equal to use state in bracket default value.
All right, good. So here I will provide a variable followed by a function inside the array. So the name of my variable this time is going to be credentials. Now during the login part, you just provide your email and password. That's it, right? Credential is the variable and set credential is going to be a function. Is equal to. Here I will provide use state. Use state. And to the credential, I am going to provide certain empty string values, right? This one is email followed by the password, and this one is also going to be an empty string. Okay, just tell me, why is it showing error if I am providing equal to?
JSON object.
Not exactly JSON object. why do we use the curly braces? See, just at the brackets. Why do we use the curly braces? To store which data?
Ma'am, to store object.
Great, to store the object. So the object are the key value pair which are separated by a colon. That's why in place of colon, if I write equal to, it will show me the error. All right. We are done with the use state. And now moving to our handle change function. Inside this, I will use the set credential function. To the set credential functions, I will write the same thing. That is the spread operator, and then I will provide the credentials. Okay, just tell me one thing. Inside the registration form, where I used the REST operator form data, what was it doing?
That was assigning the respective value to respective key.
Okay, great. That was assigning the respective values to the respective key. In this way, in this login form as well, this credential is going to assign the various values to the various names. All right. So here, what we will do, we will take this entire thing, that is e.target.name and e.target.value, to assign the values of email and password to the names email and password. So I have copied it. Copied it, and then I will paste it inside the set credential function. Got it till this part?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt? Oh. So this was all about my handle change function. Now I have to provide one more function. So can anyone guess what is that function going to be?
Handle submit.
Great. So here I will define one more function, that is const handle submit. The S should be capital. Yeah. Handle submit is equal to, this one again is going to be an asynchronous function with E. What is the E over here?
Event.
Okay, event object, right? And here I will write E dot prevent default. And why do we use the E dot prevent default?
To prevent the default behavior of form to get reloaded.
Okay, great. Who was answering this?
Nisha.
Okay, Nisha. Okay, so here I will again begin a try catch. And inside the try block, I will create a variable, that is const response. All right. And here again, I will provide an await keyword followed by access. So this time also, we are providing the data to the form. So for that, I will use the post method. And again, I am going to provide the backend URL. That is HTTP localhost 5000. And this time, since we are logging into the website, the endpoint that I will write over here is login, right? Previously, we wrote register, and this time we are writing login. After that, as the second parameter, what do I have to pass? In the first thing, we have passed the form data, right? So in the registration, so in the login part, what do I have to write in the second parameter?
Credentials.
Great. We will write credential, because that is having the data which is provided by the user. And then when the user clicks on this, like when the handle submit button executes, this will get submitted. After that, it will also provide an alert message, and that message is going to be successfully logged in. All right. After that, in the console, it will provide console.log. It will be a message logged in user. After that, whichever data the front end is fetching from the back end, that will be displayed in the console. So for that, I will write response dot data. All right. Okay. So after that, I will provide a navigate function, so that After login, it will take us to any web page which is having the empty endpoint. All right. And same, if any error occurs over here, then again an alert box will be provided by the website only. And inside this, the alert message will say invalid credentials. So that this is our login function. Now, what do we require? The most important thing. We have defined two functions, right? Handle change and handle submit. How to execute these functions?
And we will use export.
Return
How
part
to
is
use this? Yeah, great. We will write the return method. So here inside the return method, I will provide a container. And here I will provide some styling to it, and that will be margin from the top is going to be 4 pixels. And inside the container, I am going to provide the heading with the H3 tag, and this will say login. All right. After that, I will again provide a form tag. After that, I will write on submit, which is the event associated with the form tag. And then I will assign the handle submit function to the form to the on submit event. And inside the form tag, I will write form dot group. So this is the first group of the form tag, inside which what I am going to write for the form dot label. Any guesses?
email or username.
Great. Here I will write email. Okay. And after that, what tag do I provide?
Input tag.
Form dot control tag. Okay. So here I will provide the type. Yeah. Type is going to be the email. And then I will provide on change event associated with it. So for the on change event, I will provide the handle change function. So what will the handle change function do? What will the handle change function do? It is going to assign the value of email to the variable which is storing the email, right? And after that, I will make this field a necessary field. So for that, I will write required. And now I will close the form tag. And since I want it to be a self-closing tag, that is why I will put a slash, backslash. All right. And now, again, I have to put a form loop. And this time, it is going to be for the what?
Password.
So here I will write password. Then I will write here the type is going to be password. Okay. Rest of the things are going to be same. Okay. And after that, I am going to provide a button tag. So after the form dot group, here I will provide button. And to this button, I will provide a class name that is the same, that is margin from top is going to be 2 pixels. So if I ever ask that why am I writing margin of MT2? So here you have to say that since we are using the bootstrap, that's why we are for the styling, that's why we are writing MT2 for the class name. All right. And then here I will mention the type of button that I'm going to provide a button. So the type is going to be submit button. And inside the button, I will write login. And after the form tag, I will provide a paragraph tag. And this will also have a little bit of styling, that is margin from top will be 2 pixels. And this paragraph will say, if the user is not having an account, then inside the link tag, what is the attribute related to the link tag?
HREF.
Actually,
The attribute related to the link tag is true, is equal to, and it will take the user back to the login page. So for to the register page. So for that, I will provide the endpoint register over here. Yeah. Inside the link, there will be written register here. Register here. All right. So here we are done with that login part. After that, inside the app.jsx, since we are also implementing the routes over here, what we will do? We will write inside the app function, which is the main entry form, right? So here I will remove the register form, and here I will use the router. What is since I'm writing router, what am I actually using over here?
Browse routers.
Great. I'm using the browser router. Since I have imported the browser router as router, that is why I'm writing instead of browser router, I'm providing the router tag. So what will be the tag after the router?
Routes.
Okay. And then there will be route. So here I will write route into page, right? And what is the attribute related to the route tag? Yeah, tell me quickly, what is the attribute related to the route tag?
Path.
Okay. So here I will write path is equal to, here I will provide the same API endpoint that I have provided to the two attribute of the link tag, that is register. All right. And then I have one more attribute, that is element. And to the element, I'm going to provide and inside the element attribute, I'm going to render the registration form. This one is going to be a self-closing tag. And now I will make the route also a self-closing tag. Yeah, that's it. And now I will copy this entire thing. And here I will paste it. I will paste it again. Yeah. And this time I will provide the endpoint to the path as login. So which method do I have to render inside the element?
login.
Okay. So here I will render the login form. Login form method that I have just declared. Yeah. So before that, we have to export it as well using export default login form. I Okay. So, like we are actually using the login form inside the same page. That is why we do not need to write this export default. If we were making some different page like the login form.jsx, at that moment we had to write this statement, that is export default login. Right. So for now it's okay. But keep in mind that whenever you are making different page, at that moment you have to write the statement for exporting that. And now since we have provided that after the login, the user will get navigated to a page which is having the empty endpoint. See over here. So for that, we have to create the page for which is having the empty endpoint. So here I will provide the path and empty endpoint, and then inside the element, I am going to provide a div tag, and that div tag will have, see, I will cut this term. Okay. So here to the element, inside this, I will provide div followed by class name to provide it some styling. So here I will provide text. Yeah. Here I will provide text center for aligning all the text in the center with margin from the top, that is 5 pixels. Yeah. And now I will close the div tag. Not outside the curly braces, but inside the curly braces. Yeah. So the div tag is closed, and inside the div tag, I'm going to place in, just a second. Yeah. Okay, so inside the div tag, I will provide just a second, wait for a while. Yeah, after the empty 5, I will provide the closing of the div tag, and here I will provide the H2 tag for the heading. Yeah, inside the H2 tag, I will write welcome to the app. Okay. So here I will write welcome to the app. And after that, I will again provide a link tag. And inside the link, I will provide the to attribute, and that again will be having the endpoint, the endpoint of register. And inside the link, I will provide register, so that from this page, which is having the empty endpoint, the user can navigate to the register page. And after the registration, I will provide one more link. So yeah, after the closing of link tag, I will separate it with another link tag. And this time, this link tag will have the 2 is equal to login, so that clicking on this link, the user will get navigated to the login page. All right. So the link is, yeah. So the link is closed over here, and then the div tag is also closed. Okay. And then the closing of the element. After that, the closing of the route tag. Right. Let me provide it in multiple lines. Now, is it visible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I will save this. And here I will write, I will run the front end page. So for that, what is the command to run the front end page?
npm run dev.
npm run dev.
Here I will write npm run dev. So what is the port number that you people are seeing over here?
5173.
5173.
Okay, now what we are going to do is, inside the backend server, we have to use the cores as well. So instead of 3000, I will provide 5173, and then I will save this. And in order to send the data to the backend, and in order to receive the response from the backend, we have to run the backend as well. So for that, I will go to the backend folder, and then I will write node1 server.js. Okay, so now my backend is running on port number 5000, and my front end is running on port number 5173. Now I will click on this. Okay, see here, is there any API endpoint in the URL? No, right? And see over here, two links are provided, that is register and login. So if I click on the register, it is taking me to the register page. So here I can register the same thing and contact, yeah, and password. And if I try to register, see, it is saying registered user successful. Okay. Now here it is providing me the email. So here I will write claus@gmail.com and same thing. Login. See, valid credentials. Why? Okay, let me register one more time. Gmail.com. Say the profile pic is nothing like. We'll copy the link. Actually, copy image link. And then I will paste it over here. And then now I will register. After that, and then why is it saying invalid credential? Let's check in our MongoDB whether the data is getting stored over there. What is the name of the user's name, right? ये बोला जो implement page का code जो duplicate why is it saying post unauthorized? Why is it so? Let me check in the post manager. Registry. Let me check once. Here, what was the HTTP 5000 followed by login? And here the method is post. And the body. Here the email is going to be carol@gmail.com. And then the password. This will take Carol. Now I will send it. It is providing the data, so means we have to work in the front end. So now I will go back to the front end file, the app.jsx, and we have to see the Okay, are you people getting the same error? Just let me know about this.
Ma'am, you haven't used the name attribute inside control.
Inside?
Form.control it.
See, that doesn't require the name attribute because we wanted it in the register part, right? Like in order to assign the respective names. So, just a second, let me check. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, all right. The name we have to provide email over here. And the password will provide the name as password. I will save it and try to log in again. Okay. Let me check the error. See, it's saying successfully logged in. Can you people see?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
I will click on OK, and it's taking us back to the empty web page. And let's see inside the console if we are getting all the data of the user. Logged in user, and it is providing us an object. See, contact, email, name, password, file pic, and the ID, which is present in the MongoDB. Now, did you understand how to connect the backend with the front end?
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any doubt in this code? Any doubt in any part?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so if you are not having any kind of doubt, then that's it for this class. And in the next class, you people will be having your project review, right? And we will learn further more things after the project review, like the redux func and monitor, etc. Okay.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yeah,
Ma'am, do we have to show the complete project tomorrow, or
not tomorrow, the date provided to you. And regarding the complete project, just do that much of work which I have shown you. Like you can basically provide a little bit of authentication using login and register, and you can also provide the CRUD operation. This is for the backend, and in the front end, make the front end a little bit visually appealing, right? So just provide certain carousel feature inside the banner, or else you can make collage of certain taking the certain pictures by using the div or css, etc., right? So just make it a bit visually
Yes.
appealing.
okay, ma'am?
Yeah, regarding the features, you just provide login authentication, the CRUD operations, not in case of only the user, but in case of all the things like the products and what else you can add in the CRUD operations. Yeah, filter part
Ma'am,
by using the you can filter different products, and the Google authentication you can also provide. That's it.
okay, ma'am. So tomorrow we will be having our project review.
The date will be provided to you people.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
can we use the Tailwind CSS inside front end?
Yeah, sure. That would be much better. Yeah. Okay, all right.